How are we doing today? If you are here if this is your first time here, type a one. If this is your second time, a two. If this is your third time, a three. How are we feeling today? How has it been? How's everything been? How are we doing? Hello. Okay. Hi, Theresa. Hi, Irene. Yes, there would be a live opportunity. So you are going to be speaking to someone who has gone through a training with 10 Analytics and has gotten a job. So that's what we're going to be doing this evening. Hi, Ngozi. It's nice to see that you're not a newbie here. Hi, Theresa. Hi, everyone. I can see there are more people here. So if this is your first time here, type one. If this is your second time, type two, and on like that. Okay, welcome, 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 everyone. My name is Oyedamola Olawoyin, and I am the program coordinator for the data engineering program at 10 Analytics, and I would be your host for today's session. Okay, so we're just going to go right into it now. So we're going to be speaking with Abraham. Hi, Abraham. How are you doing today? And Esther is also going to be joining us at some point. Hi, Abraham. Hi, Esther. You can turn on your cameras. You can speak. You can say hi. Hello, hello.
Hey,
Hi, Abraham.
how
Such
you
a
doing?
pleasure
Hi,
to have
good
you here.
evening.
I'm
Hi, Abraham.
well. Hi, Esther.
Hi, Esther. Hi, Onida. Nice to meet you.
It's such a pleasure to have you here. So we're just going to be speaking today on essentially how was the program, right? What was your experience and landing the job, which is the icing on the cake, cherry on the ice cream, right? How was that? How do you feel? Where are you coming from and like how is it now? Okay. So I'm just going to be asking. So just introduce yourself, tell us a little about you. This is not an interview, it's just a conversation. Okay. So just let us know. Hi, Abraham.
Okay. Hi. Thank God it's not an interview. I've actually been through a lot of interviews though. Thank God. I have a result to show for it. Anyways, my name is Adigbe Abraham. Um, I work as a technology financial administrator slash analyst in a global company in the UK, Bristol to be precise. I stay in the UK currently, and yeah, if you want any other details, let me know. It's just
All right, all right. We're going to be asking that. So, if you're new here, like I said, my name is Damola, and I'm the program coordinator for the data engineering program here at 10 Analytics, right? And you're wondering, these 10 Analytics people, where are they from? Who are they? What do they do? What's all of that, right? So, 10 Analytics is one of the leading ed techs in the world, and we provide specialized training in tech skills and we deliver comprehensive data consulting services. We have over 5 years experience doing this, and we have over 3,500 people that have transitioned from no tech experience. So if you were here a little earlier, you would listen to people share their experiences on how they came from zero background to coming into a job in tech or even just transitioning and having options within tech. Um, Using tech to even come from to migrate, right? We have and we provide trainings in data analytics, business analysis, data engineering, data science, financial analytics, DevOps engineering, HR analytics, agile project management, cybersecurity, product design, and AI engineering. So there is something for you. There is something for you. If you feel like, well, I'm not into the art, can I do the technical stuff? There is always something for you. And we have instructors from top companies, Deloitte, Microsoft, McKinsey, and they don't just bring like boring classroom experience, right? We also bring experience from the real world so that everyone understands not just what is being taught from the beginner stage, but up to um up to you're able to learn and apply to what is happening in the real world. Okay. So right now we're going to listen to in a couple of minutes, we're going to listen to Abraham talk about some things. And if you want to be like Abraham, I'm going to show you ways how to, enroll in the program. And honestly, just ensure that you land that job, do that immigration, increase that pay, change that, leave that toxic job, all those things. Okay. So my name is Oindamola. Like I said, I have a background in data analytics, in education and marketing. I have almost half a decade experience as a data analyst and teaching it as well. I have more of my experience and expertise in management, right? Program management, operations management, data management, program management, anything management, organizing things. That's where you find me. And that's what I do here at Analytics, ensuring that the data engineering program runs smoothly. And I love, I believe everybody should learn tech. I think you can't leave tech behind, and that's what drives me. You need tech in your day to day. Okay. And this is Esther. Esther's experience spans career coaching and product design. She helps people that are aspiring, oh, what do I want to be? She helps them transition. She helps them navigate their way through coaching and mentorship, right? She's currently an innovation and growth catalyst for Tenalytics US, and she's a growth specialist. And she has worked in education, in finance, logistics, FMCG, and health tech. So, if you are going to be interested in these slides or you want to have a recording of what is going on in this session, you want to watch a replay, you want to listen to this conversation again, you can always do that. You have access to that if you feel what my colleague is sharing in the chat box. So my colleague is currently sharing um a slide. She's sharing a form for you to fill, and we're going to use that to send you the details once they're ready. So this is Abraham Adegbe. He was enrolled in the financial analytics program, right? And Abraham currently is a technology financial administrator. So hi Abraham, are you ready
Hello.
for us?
Yeah,
Hi
definitely.
again. All right, amazing. Such a pleasure to have you here. So I just wanted to ask, right, prior to coming into Chainalytics, did you have any experience in tech? What were you doing? And did you migrate through this pathway and just essentially the background?
Okay. Thank you very much. Where I was coming from, I actually came into the UK from Nigeria. Yeah. I used to be a chartered, okay, I'm still a chartered accountant. I can, yeah. Um, I'm quite grounded in accounting and finance. And when I got into the UK, my ambition was to, go straight into the financial industry and, start by becoming maybe an accountant or anything related to finance or accounting though. So, but when I got to the UK, that was really difficult for me. So as God will have it, fortunately or maybe unfortunately, I found myself in healthcare. I started working as a carer, just to pay the bills and all. And at the same time, because of the passion for the finance and accounting, I was also searching for some where I can start from. So what I noticed was that most employers were asking for when I got to the UK, they were not interested in my ICANN certificate or my degree, wherever I've had in Nigeria or wherever experience I had in Nigeria. They were not interested. Do you have a UK experience? Is what they were asked first, and then I would just go blank. So I was looking for answers on how to, bridge that gap. And I came across the analytics, which I felt was like very perfect for me. And yeah, that's just like the background of, me before going into the analytics or having my training with the analytics.
Okay. That's amazing. So UK people said, I can please leave it in Nigeria. That was very interesting. Okay, so now did anyone have to convince you, or you just figured, oh, this was a great fit? Analytics is a great fit. And what made analytics a great fit for you outside of the work experience that you were searching for?
Yeah, so nobody convinced me. I had to, when you go through some situations in life, you don't need that's just the motivation. Do you get me? I was working as a carer. Every day I go to work, I feel like, oh, that's not what I'm made of. I wrote ICANN, although it's not like I passed straight off most of my exams, but most people might know how tedious it is, to be a chartered accountant in Nigeria, and I felt like, okay, that would, make a mark when I come into the UK. But no, the story was different, yeah. Um, so when I came in, I started doing, we won't call it hard labor jobs, but definitely you have to pay your bills in the UK. And but at the same time, I had ambitions. I wanted to, work in that corporate space, and that actually moved me to okay, looking for more work experience. But at the same time, I noticed that tech was something that was really, growing really fast. Not growing alone. It was like in demand. Yeah. And for me, I felt like I want to, I'm an accountant, I'm a finance person. What can I do in tech? These tech people is only about coding and everything and all of that. And I felt like, at some point, I felt like, oh, maybe I felt like, okay, should I start learning how to code or should I start learning how? But I feel like, no, 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 it's not something I'm really interested in. Yeah, until I saw analytics and I saw something like financial analysis. And I think the person that spoke about it, I'm not sure if it was Adeza or something. So when he spoke about it, that was the post I saw on LinkedIn. He said something like, "Oh, if you have any experience in Nigeria, yeah, or if you have any experience, like okay, maybe the HR experience, or you have experience in accounting or finance, there's definitely a tech role for you." And at that point, that caught me, and I was like, "Oh, really?" So when he kept talking, he said something like, okay, if let's take for instance the financial analysis training now. If you have finance experience, if you have accounting experience, all you need is the maybe the data analysis experience to join with your finance experience, and then you become a financial analyst. Oh, so immediately I knew, oh, that's the way. I'm telling you, immediately I knew that was the way. So almost immediately I had to even despite the fact that I didn't even really have the money for the training at that time because I was early in the UK. I had to call and say, okay, I need to start this training almost immediately. So
That's very amazing. Okay, so now you have gone through the training, right? I want to just ask, right, quickly, how was the training? And coming from you are someone with years of experience in finance, like you have the wealth of experience, regardless of where it was in the world. Now, coming into Tenalytics, how was the training? And while you were in Tenalytics, did you learn something new? Were things different? Did you gain more insights? Because now you have experience in finance, but learning financial analytics is something different. So how was that like gap between where you're coming from and where you are now?
yeah, okay. I forgot to answer. I was trying to remember one question you asked and I forgot. You said, did I have like any tech skill before I got into the analytics? No, I was just, this basic Excel thing that you do as an accountant. I used to use Excel for, you know, to create like financial statement and all of that. That was all I used Excel for at that time. So going into analytics, okay, now back to your question, your other question, the training. I will not lie to you, to be honest. This training was stressful. It was rigorous. It was ethic. But I will tell you, it was in the most enjoyable way. I'm telling you. I when I started the training, I never expected to be that involved. To have people that will be that involved in making things. Do you get my point? So where I, as I am now, if you say everything I did in analytics, starting from the first dashboard that Adeze did, um, which was not paid for, I can remember everything from A to Z, and that is because of the way um, the training was structured, and the way we were taught, and the way the instructors helped us through. So the training was because I used to do a full time. I used to be a full time care assistant at that time. So what I did, because I noticed that if I don't it's either I concentrate on this thing or I don't do it at all. So I had to, instead of doing a full time, I had to start doing part time at that time. So that because of the time I needed. So at that time we I don't know how that's what they still do now. I'm sure that's what they do. We have watch me do it video that we do from that we see from Monday to Friday, and on Saturday we do like the live section, and on Sunday that's the only time you have to rest. And even that Sunday, you might still be doing the Saturday lecture or the Saturday project that you didn't finish. You might still be doing on that Sunday. So that's why I said it was really stressful. But to be honest, was it the best decision ever? Yes, definitely. Why? Because as you are doing those training, yeah, you know, I used to be on LinkedIn a lot. Yeah, so I used to see things. I used to feel intimidated by when you see some people doing some things on Excel, and you feel like it's like big deal. And when I got into the analytics, the first 2 weeks to the third week, that mentality of you that mentality of there's nothing you can do on this that anybody can do on Excel that you can't do was the first thing that came upon me. Do you get me? And so you look forward to what next. You don't want to miss any class. You don't want to even miss any. You don't want to miss any. Watch me do it video. Watch me do it video. I don't know if most people know it. Is what you watch before the live class. And the fact is, just that watch me do it video. Is enough for me. I don't know for any other person, no, but for me, and I'm not. It's not like I'm a very fast learner actually, but for me, that watch me do it video is enough for me. And then go to another live class where you do like a real life project. Even the watch me do it video, you see where you do real life projects. All my instructor, I can remember them because of the way at which they were intentional about impacting that knowledge. So for me, to be honest, it was stressful and it was not that very easy. But was it worth it? Yes. So that's it.
Well, that's very amazing because you mentioned two things. It was not easy, but it was totally worth it. The
Yes.
stress, the logistics of, look, let me put this thing on part time. This is not the future, and all of that. You just had to choose which one was more important, what was priority. And as we can see, it paid off in the end. And it was a program that was, I don't know, a couple of months long. And you went through the internship as well, right? So how was that? How was the program? How was the internship? I was going through all of that. And my other question that I asked prior was where you are coming from as an accountant and what you are doing in your current job now. How was Where did most of the knowledge, because you work in finance at the moment, but you work
Yeah.
in like as if someone working in fintech or like in finance technology, right? So how is that like with your experience and what you learned in analytics? So if you put your experience on the ball, was it going to be enough to land you that role? Your
Oh,
prior
okay.
experience.
Yeah. So what you will help me with right now is that those questions maybe you should be breaking it because it looks like
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm getting like three questions at the same time. So
All
for
right.
for the last one that you talked about, as I said earlier, my experience before the analytics would never see when I was doing the interview for this job. My current manager that interviewed me said in that interview that your experience in your current role, which on my CV it was the analytics that wasn't is what we need in this current role. Now, this role that I am currently, I've never heard it in my life. Technology financial administrator. when I even saw it, when they sent it to me on LinkedIn, I was like, which one is this one again? Because the normal thing I used to see, because I used to get like, job, and I would check, I would see financial analyst, finance data analyst, and all that. But financial technology administrator slash analyst was like, I've not heard about this thing before. So when I now checked the job description, it was like every single thing that I did in analytics. Do you know the person we need must know how to use Excel advanced? What's the advance you're talking about? Pivot table, if functions. Those are normal things that we started with in analytics. That's why I said it's the lectures. Yeah, they will teach you to the point that you would understand everything. And the next thing is, do you know Power BI? Yes. Then do you know how to visualize in Power BI? Normal thing. These are normal things we definitely. So, but before, if I had not done that training with analytics, I'm definitely sure they would have just looked at my CV and say, this person does not. They won't even, because my company actually, most of their jobs, they don't really like publicize it. So it's like internal. They didn't If they can't find anybody in the company, they now the HR will now go on LinkedIn and go and look for people that maybe suit the role. Do you get? So that's what they actually did. And so he mentioned, my manager mentioned that it's because of what I noticed that you've done in your current role that we're asking you to come in. So that's to answer your question. So which other question is? What's the next question?
I think you've answered most of the questions, like with what you just explained, you've answered most of my questions. So I have one more question or two. Just let's call this the second to the last question. And which is, what is your proudest, what's your proudest achievement, right? From all these things that have happened across years, right? What's your proudest achievement? For me, I am so proud of the fact that you decided this thing is hard, but I'm going to do it. And I mean, it paid off, right? So that's one question. So, what's your proudest achievement?
My proudest achievement is the fact that you know the first one is the fact that I was able to build a dashboard even before I started analytics. I think it was still Adeze that did invited us to that training. So what he did, so I'm saying this because I said I can remember everything I did in analytics. The dashboard we did is about Bitcoin, and it did something that made me very made me very surprised. So he did something like, I don't know, people that use Power BI will know how to, like, after doing that trend, he did a forecast too, to say in the next 2 years, this is how the price of Bitcoin will be using Power BI. I was amazed that, gosh, so I can actually do a forecast without just clicking something on Power BI, without going all through our financial analysis. After doing financial analysis, you now forecast using a formula and all of that. I was so surprised. And because as he was doing it, I was doing it too on my own dashboard on my laptop. That was I was so happy. That was my first achievement. And the next one was the fact that, okay, I was consistent in doing this thing. Yeah. Um I I I After being consistent, I finished. I did it to the end. I did the internship. I was And another thing, you will not believe it. I'm very bad at facing the camera like this. Is something that analytics helped me with. I'm telling you. And me seeing myself, talking to people right now, is an achievement for me, that I could talk to people, white people that will feel like, okay, you definitely have a language barrier. Being able to talk to them is an achievement for me. And the fact that, oh, I finished analytics, I have a tech skill. When they say, oh, tech bro, come out, I can also say, definitely, I can come out and say, okay, I'm a tech bro. Do you understand? And the financial part too. I am making like times two or almost times three of what I make. I used to make when I used to be a carer. So that's like the achievement. I can go on and on. Yeah, I can go on and on because every time I learn a new skill in maybe Excel, I learn a new skill in Power BI, I learn a new skill. Even when I started using SQL, it's something I never. I did my portfolio myself. It was through Analytics. We did coding like this in portfolio. We did coding. It was an achievement for me. I was so proud of that. And I was so happy that I could finish the whole training, I could finish my internship and all of that. So a lot of achievements. If I can keep I can keep going on and on and on and on. So anyone you feel like is the most
All right,
valuable for you.
that's even I am proud. Okay, so my final question is actually for people that a lot of people are here on this call that probably have not heard about analytics before and are wondering, are these people real? Is it worth it? Should I just register now, or I should just ignore it? Should I look for a cheaper course? Because people will say, "Oh yes, is this thing worth it?" What would you tell them right now? Like, is it worth it? Like, just be honest, right? Is it worth like taking the maybe changing from full-time job to part-time job just to chase this program or even paying so much? Is it worth it?
Hmm. My brother and sister. Actually, most people they don't give people advice anymore. But my brother and sister have so many people have referred to Analytics, yeah, and I know the reason why is because of the impact they've made in my life. In my life, I'm telling you, the amount I paid is nothing compared to the value I've gotten from Analytics. I will not lie to you, and it will sound like a Ponzi scheme, right? It will sound, even at that time, you feel like, is it possible? How can I go from being a carer to, being a tech bro or tech sis? Is it possible? But it will work like magical. The day I got my offer letter, I was at work. I was I was at work and I was crying. I was crying because I've gone through a lot when it comes to looking for a job and all these things. And the fact is, had if you want someone that will hold you by the hand, someone that will guide you through, someone that even after the training, it was not immediately I got the job, but even my instructor, the person that taught me financial analysis, because we had like a separate class after doing data analysis, financial analysis, we still talk till now. It's not a small person. He's boss in Coca-Cola, and now he's actually in the UK currently, working in a very known company, and we still talk. That's what analytics will do for you. You still have instructors that you can go to. When I got the job and I had issue with my onboarding and my induction, I still went to him and I spoke to him, and he said, no, this you should do, this you should not do, this you should do, this you should not do. There was a post I did on LinkedIn about my company. I used to do posts when I was in analytics that this is what I've done and this thing, and blah blah blah. So I did something similar when I started this my job. He came to me, that my instructor, he came to me, that's Janet. He came to me and said, no, 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 don't do that. It's not it's not every company that would like, their information out like that. Do you get? And then I realized that, yes, I'm not more into analytics. So he told me, put that down. You have to look for a way of, if you want to post on LinkedIn, you have to look for a way of posting it without, involving
Yeah.
the current company that you are. You don't know if they don't like it or they like it or blah blah blah. So to be honest, don't feel like you are making a wrong decision by even considering analytics. It's not something to consider if you have the opportunity. If if you if you know that you are determined to go into tech, just analytics is just the best. I'm telling you, because everything you're going to do, yeah, will look like you're doing in real life. As I said before, every project I did on analytics, Power BI, the financial modeling, the advanced Excel projects, I can remember everything. And that is what they will do for you. They will hold you by your hand I want to thank someone like Priscilla too. There are some times that Priscilla was our supervisor then. So we had somebody that would be looking out for you. Have you watched those videos? And then I'll be like, I've only seen two of those. Go and look at those videos. Go and you need to finish it before the next, you have people like that to push you. And come to think of it, these are skills that whatever Tenacity is teaching you, they are giving you the opportunity to be up there because these are skills that are in demand. Everybody in the UK wants a data analyst now. Everybody in the UK wants a data engineer now. Everybody in the UK wants a cybersecurity now. In my company, we have loads of cybersecurity, and they are still looking for more. Do you get what I mean? And data analysts, they are still looking for more. Business analysts, they are still looking for more. Yeah. So, and for me, even before, I was even considering maybe I should go to for business analysis. But after, analysts, I spoke to the analysts, they were able to tell me that this is the best role for you. And I enjoyed it. It at some there was no point that it felt boring to me, or I felt like, okay, I don't want to go to class. Do you get my point? So that's just all I've got to say.
All right, so we have a couple of questions in the chat box. I'm going to ask one, which is both. So someone asked if your job came with like visa sponsor or sponsorship.
Yeah, so my company, yeah, currently I'm not on visa. I'm not on visa sponsorship. But my company actually sponsor visa. Yeah, so and because I still have time on my current visa, I still have till October. Yeah, so that's why okay, I'm not
Oh,
on the sponsorship job now. Um,
all
visa sponsorship now. Yeah, we call it sponsorship. I'm
yeah.
not sponsorship now. Yeah,
All right, all right, all right. Thank you so much, Abraham. You have answered all our questions.
you're
This
welcome.
was such a wonderful time speaking with you. I don't think I have any further questions. Hi, Esther. Do you have any? Hello,
Hi,
Esther.
Oyi. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can.
Okay. Hi, Oyinda. Hi, Abraham. Thank you so much for this conversation. On my end, I don't think I have any question. However, I just want to say to you, Abraham, that it was such a delight hearing you speak about how, you were able to navigate your journey and how you were able to. So you rarely see people that are so passionate about things like this, but seeing you actually speak with a lot of passion about where you were and where you are now is such a beautiful thing to see. And I just want to say thank you so
You're welcome.
much for
You're welcome.
blessing us with your experience.
Anytime, anytime. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Abraham. That will be all from us. I don't think we, we need to hold you ransom any further. I mean, you can still stay on the session because I think people will still have questions on the chat box. But hi Esther, over to you now.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Well, we just heard Abraham speak about his experience. And wow. I have to say, I might be sounding like a siren all through, but I have to say that, it was such a beautiful thing for us to hear. And I really hope that, his experience has been able to touch one, two, or all of us on this call and, ginger us to actually take steps. Okay, so not to waste our time any further, let me share my screen and then we would begin. Okay. So I'm just gonna walk us through, I know on this call that are wondering, what do you do? We've listened to Abraham told us about how he was able to get a job. And there are a lot of us on this call that we want to be able to get a job in tech, right? Maybe we are beginners or we even already have the foot in the door, but we don't know exactly how to do it. There was something Abraham said that, sort of touched me a bit. He said he knew that where he was wasn't where he wanted to be. And he knew that he wanted more. And then he got into the program. Now, there are a lot of us in this call know, know that this is not where we would be. And I'm here to, tell us just exactly how we can get our own career path. Before I do that, I have a question for all of us on the call today, right? And the question is, why do you want to go into tech? Why are you interested in going into tech? So I want us to drop this in the chat because I'm very interested in knowing Why are we interested in going into tech? So for some people in the call, it might be you want to get a better job. For some people, they want career satisfaction. So I want to put in the chat. I'm looking at the chat. I'm in the chat right now. And I want to know, why are you interested in tech? What is it exactly about tech that you want? So I am in the chat and I'm looking forward to our responses. Okay, Prince is for the money. Okay. And that's totally fine. I mean, a lot of us, we want money. It's not bad to want money. All right. That's totally fine. So I want us to drop why we are interested in tech in the chat, and then we would begin. But before I even officially start, my colleague is going to be dropping the link to the attendance form in the chat. Now, if you want to get the recorded version of this meeting and this session, you would want to fill that form so we can send you the materials and also send you the recording. Okay. So Christabel says, I want more remote jobs, which is beautiful, right? Wanting more remote jobs makes a lot of sense. MM says remote job and career change. Exactly. Now that's to show you that a lot of us on this call, we want more than we are right now. Okay. Now, how do you get more? How do you, navigate it? How do you land this job that gives you the career change, that gives you the money that you're looking for, that gives you, just flexibility, more work? Now, these are the actionable steps, practical steps that you have to take. And the first one is for you to have your desired tech career. Now, when Abraham was speaking, he mentioned that initially he was asking himself, what does accounting have to do with tech? And there are a lot of us on this call that were wondering, what can I do in tech? I mean, isn't tech just about coding? Isn't tech just about, you know, taking stressful technical courses? But then you have to identify your desired career tech path. After you do that, you learn the skill. So when you already know this is what I want to do, this is the path I want to take, you then learn the skill. You educate yourself, you develop your skill, and you build capacity to actually work in that role. When you've done that, you gain project-based experience. Now, when Abraham was speaking to mention that, when he tried getting into, some jobs in the UK, they were always asking him for experience, and he just didn't have it. Now, you have to be able to gain that experience, right, that you can use to land this job. And then you gain employability skills. So you have to prepare yourself to be able to land that job. You want to be able to tell your CV, job requirements. You also want to be able to advise things, get interview skills, build up skills, all of that. And you also want to be able to network. Now, sometimes doing tech alone can be stressful. So you need a community that you can do it with, a community that will hold your hand, a community that will help you. And like Abraham has said, I'm going to keep using Abraham's story because it relates a lot with all of us. Like Abraham has said, sometimes you just need someone to follow you up to the T to make sure that you are getting everything done. And then you need mentorship. I like to say, what better way to learn than learn from someone that has done it before? So you skip all the lessons you could have learned and you go straight to success. Now, that is what we are here at 10Alytics. So, like I mentioned, these are practical steps for you to be able to get a job, even if you don't have any experience. Now, let's start from step one. How do you identify your desired career path? What we'll be able to do at Analytics is we've been able to help you streamline the tech career paths that are in demand. Okay, so what we did was we did a job board analysis. We looked at job boards like Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, total jobs, and we're able to analyze the jobs that hiring managers are always hiring for. And then we had these three steps in mind: ease of learning, ease of transitioning, and a high rewarding salary. Now, what this means, you are able to learn this role, learn the career path, learn the skill easily. So there are some tech jobs that it takes 3 years, it takes 4 years for you to learn and land a job. But with what we offer, it is easy to learn. And it is also easy for you to transition into this role, and also comes with good pay. Like Free said, he wants money. So this meets the requirements. Okay, We wanted to make sure that these jobs or these skills are actually skills that are able to, give you visas in UK, in US, in Canada, and you're also able, you also will be able to come with sponsorship. Okay, and then we were able to boil it down to all these career paths you can see: business analysis, data analysis, data science, cybersecurity, financial analysis, HR analysis, data engineering, agile project manager, DevOps, and product design. Now we're able to come up with all of this. And then the next thing we said is, oh, we don't want to just be thinking this way. We need an external body to validate, what we have. We need an external body to just validate what we've come up with, right? We're able to go to the World Economic Forum. Now, for you to be able to get this document that we have, you need to fill the attendance form so that you can also see it for yourself, and then you can also see the things we're talking about today. All right. Now, the World Economic Forum told us, but let us know that from 2025 to 2030, there will be decline in jobs. Now, you don't want to be part of the people that will decline. You don't want to be part of those job roles that will decline. You don't want to be part of those in my right hand side. You want to be part of people on the left. Now, all of these job roles, they are the ones that would still be in demand and they will grow. So what this means is you get an in-demand job and you also get job security. So like I mentioned, data engineering, you can see it on my screen: big data specialist, data warehouse specialist, all of this. There's data analysis here, there's data scientists here, the product designers, HR analysis, cyber security, business analysis, DevOps, and what have you. Now, this shows that all the courses that we offer, they are in demand career paths, and they also would come with job security. You do not have to worry about whether in 2027, 2029, 2047, if you would still have a job. Okay, jobs are in demand. Now, I want to do something very practical. This session has to be very interactive for us to make the best out of it. So I'm going to do something very, very practical. We are a number on the call. I want us to just take, a career test, right? And this test just basically shows us where we would fit in. Now, out of these 10 career paths I've spoken about today, it lets you know, based on your personality, where we would fit in. So we're going to drop the link to this test in the chat. I want us to click on it and let's just do it together. Okay, so I'm going to click on the link now. We going to do the career path quiz together. Okay, so we're gonna drop it in the chats, and then we are all just going to, get it done together. All right. So let me just quickly do that. Right. So my network is having its own moments. It always has its own moments. So we're gonna drop it in the chat, the link to the career quiz, and then we're just gonna be able to take it together. So while I wait for my network to just sort of gain its own clarity, right? I want us to just take the quiz together, right? Take the quiz. It lets you know exactly the career path that you would fit into. All right. So we're gonna drop it. Let me see if it has been dropped in the chat. It hasn't been dropped. Just give me a quick minute. Okay. So let me personally just drop it, and then we can all just go on and get it done. All right. So I've dropped it in the chat, and then you could just fill it, answer the questions there. It is based on your personality, and then it gives you the exact path that you would fit in the most. Okay. So you can just click on the link, get the career test done, and then we know exactly where you fit in. All right. So I want us to communicate in the chat. Is there anyone that is, feeling? Is there anyone that is actually getting this quiz on? So I know the people that are getting into different parts that we've spoken about today. So you could just drop it in the chat if getting it done. We go from there. I'm in the chat and I'm trying to see is there anyone. So I number the call. Like I did say, we have to make it very interactive for us to get the most out of the session today. So is there anyone that's taking the quiz with me? Okay. So let me assume that we're all taking the quiz. All right. Not so we don't take any more time. I'm just going to basically now speak on the different career paths. Okay. And now I'm going to be able to get clarity on what these career paths do and who fits in where. Okay. So the first thing that we're speaking on today is the business analyst. So who is a business analyst? So I like to say that, a business analyst is someone that likes to communicate. Firstly, so if you're someone that likes to communicate on this call, you like to speak, you like to communicate with people, then this is for you. Okay. And then what does a business analyst do? What you do is optimize processes. So you look at different processes and organization and you try to make it better. You try to make sure that the processes actually work. Okay, so let me give you a practical example. Say, for example, you go into a bank and then you see that, normally in a bank, it takes them an hour to answer you because you have to first take your probably you're coming to pay in a check, or they take your slip from you and they take from your slip from this desk to another desk and they do this and do that. And then you see that, an hour is too long for a user to wait or for a customer to wait. As a business analyst, you look at this process and you say, no, I don't think we should make our customers wait for an hour. We can actually reduce wait time to 15 minutes. And then you optimize that process and make the wait time 15 minutes. Now, that is what you do as a business analyst. You optimize processes. Now, I like to say a business analyst is a powerhouse because then again, you're learning, it's a three-in-one course. Okay, so you're learning three different things. The first thing is Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Now, these are data analysis tools and you learn them. You use them as a business analyst. Then you learn process mapping, project initiation planning, agile and scrum for projects, and software development lifecycle. Now, all this are project management tools, and then you learn it. Okay, so you learn it and then you use it. And then you learn requirements fundamentals, elicitation, stakeholder analysis and engagement, and ChatGPT for business analysis. Now, like I did say earlier, as a business analyst, you are a powerhouse. So you like to think, you like to look at processes and say, oh, this can be done better, that can be done better. If you're someone like that, then the business analysis path is the perfect. So if you're someone, if you feel like this best describes you, I want you to drop a BA in the chat. Okay. So if you feel like this best describes you, if you feel like you would fit into the business analyst part, I want you to drop a BA in the chat. So if you like communicating, you like analyzing things, you like just looking at things, if you feel like be the perfect fit for you, I want you to drop a BA in the chat. Okay, so something says the link is not working. So only will help us share the link again, right? So that we can still take it while I'm speaking, so that we don't just dwell on that part and we're able to take everything today. All right. So Indamola, please could you just help us share the link so the quiz and then we can take it. Okay. Now, if you feel like the business analyst part, works, you just drop a BA in the chat, and then I'll know that we have BAs in the chat. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm going to be speaking on is the Agile Project Manager. So, who is an Agile Project Manager? I like to say that an Agile Project Manager is a coach. Now, when you want to say develop an app or you want to work on a project, you need someone that is able to put everyone together and make them work together. Now, that's what a project manager does. A coach for teams. Okay, so in projects, sometimes there are, design developers, business analysts. There are a lot of people that make a project or a project work. Now, if you leave everybody to do their thing, you probably wouldn't get your project done at the perfect time and done properly. So what you do as a project manager is that you are able to guide these teams. You're able to make sure that these teams are doing the right thing. Okay. So basically, that's what you do as an agile project manager. You guide the teams, you make sure that teams are working right, and then you also make sure that everything is being delivered at a at the perfect time, at the right time. Okay. So if you're someone that likes to communicate, right? If you're someone that likes to communicate, if you're someone that you like to lead, you're a natural born leader. This is the best career path for you. Now, there are a lot of us on this call that even when, our friend is having a birthday party or our friend wants to do something, or even us ourselves, we want to do something, an event or anything, we're always very gingered, we're always very excited because we like to put things together. We like to make sure that everybody's working seamlessly and working together and everything works perfectly. So if you have a notch for putting things together, you know how to communicate to people, you know how to lead people, the agile project management career path is for you. All right. Now, what would you learn under this? So you learn the introduction to project management methodologies. You learn project management skills, foundation of Agile and Scrum. You learn the Scrum artifacts, end-to-end use of Jira and Confluence. You learn Nexus skills, Scrum, Agile metrics and reporting, and then you also get prepared for the PSM examination. Now, at this junction, I'm going to say these are no code courses or career paths. So it means that you don't have to write a single line of code. And they are very easy to get into. They are not technical at all. They're easy to get into, easy to understand, easy to, scale up. Okay. And then if you're someone that, you're sort of worried, confused, how would I be able to learn it? I've not been into tech before. You do not have to worry. All our tech skills, all our career paths, we teach you from the beginning. So we teach you as beginners, whether you have tech knowledge or you don't even know anything about tech, we teach you. All right. Now we're going to go to the next one. And the next part is, I like to call them three, the big three. Okay. So data engineering, data scientist, and the data analyst. So we're going to start with the data analyst. Let's start with the younger brother in the chain. Okay. So the younger brother is the data analyst. Now, as a data analyst, if you're someone that you don't like to communicate so much with people, you just want your work to do the speaking. You don't want to wake up one morning and then start talking to people or start communicating with people or start letting people understand where you're coming from. You let your work do the speaking as a data analyst. Now, what you do is you help organizations answer important questions. So you help them understand what happened and why did it happen. So I want to know, I'm going to the chat now. I want to know if I have people that are still following me at this point. So I want you to drop your favorite emoji before I continue. I want you to drop your favorite emoji in the chat. So I know that I still have people that are listening to me and that are still following me. So I want you to drop your favorite emoji. It could be whatever emoji at all. I just want you to drop your favorite emoji in the chat. And I know that you're still following me. Okay? So I'm in the chat and I'm waiting for our emojis. I'm not seeing emojis. So is it that we're just zoned out of the meeting? So I'm waiting for our chats. I'm waiting for our emojis. Okay, so we're just going to continue. All right. So, like I was saying about the data analyst, you answer questions. Okay. So you answer me the questions. What happened? Why did it happen? All right. So you help organizations make sense of the data that they have. Now, fintech, be it in edtech, be it in FMGC, wherever you are, every organization has data, right? Now you help them understand exactly what this data is about, all right? And you help them make sense of the data that they have. Now you be doing things like problem solving. So if you're someone that likes to solve problems, you like to help people, understand things, this is the perfect career path for you. Now, we also do Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, data storytelling, for analytics, and Microsoft Fabric for analytics. Now, why do we do these things? We teach it because so we add ChatGPT to all of this, or AI to all of this, because a lot of people say, AI is about to take your job, or you probably wouldn't have a job because there's an existence of AI. I dare say that AI is not taking anyone's job, only replace the people that do not know how to use it. So we teach you how to integrate AI smartly to the work that you would do. All right. Now let's go to data science. Now, I would say the data scientist is like the elder brother of the data analyst. Remember when I was speaking about data analysis, I said, if you answer two questions, you answer what happened and why did it happen. Now, as a data scientist, you do three things. All right. So you do data, you answer what happened, you answer why did it happen, and you also predict the future using past data. Okay, so as a data analyst, as a data scientist, rather, you things like machine, you code, you use Python programming, forecasting and predictive analytics, ChatGPT and GitHub Copilot. So you use all of these things, computer vision now, and you use these things to be able to predict the future, predict what is going on. So if you're someone that likes a bit of a challenge, you like there's some people that just naturally like statistics. If you're like that, that you like statistics, you like, a bit of challenge. You don't mind doing something a bit, something that would push forward. This is the perfect fit. This is that you will get into, you will totally enjoy. Now, the next, that is the data engineers. Now, who is a data engineer? What do you do as a data engineer? We're speaking about data. We're talking about data analyst, data science. Now, the data engineer, you provide this data for data scientists and data analysts. Now, I like to say you're the MVP, okay? Because if you don't give them data, they don't have the data. So you are very important in the grand scheme of things. Okay, now what do you do as a data engineer? You provide data, and building ETL pipelines where these data are being able to be stored, managed, used, gotten, body that needs it. So as data analyst, what do you want for the data engineer? Now let me give you an analogy. So you know how in buildings we have plumbers, and then the job of the plumber is to connect the pipelines in the house so that when you turn on the tap, you can have water running. Now that's perfect analogy data. You are viewing data so that when data is needed, data comes. Now what do you do? Here you learn the introduction to data engineering. You learn SQL, programming, Linux, Apache Spark, Apache F. You learn all of these things and you're able to become professional as a data engineer. All right. So if you are interested in something that pushes a bit, something you like big things, you're interested in, just something technical, you don't just want something simple, you want something that tests you. Then this the perfect fit for you. Okay. Now we're going to the financial analyst and the HR analyst. So as a financial analyst, what exactly do you do? What do you do as a financial analyst? So what you do is you are a data analyst, you just niched down to the financial sector. Okay, so you're more like Abraham. Okay, you have experience in finances, or you have experience in accounting, or you have experience in banking, whatever it might be. You just add data analysis to it, and then you become a financial analyst. If you're someone that likes numbers, okay, you like numbers, you like financial records, accounting, you just like things like that. And you're looking for the perfect space in tech to get into, the financial analyst career path is the best. Now, what do you learn? You learn problem solving, you learn Excel, Power BI, SQL, accounting fundamentals, financial analysis, financial modeling, and all of this you learn as a financial analyst. So the first four things I mentioned, they are data analyst tools, which is why I said you're a data analyst, but you're just niche on the financial sector. Okay. Now we have the HR analyst. Now, who's an HR analyst? What exactly is an HR analyst? So you're someone that already has experience with HR. So from where you are now, you're already in HR, and you just want to, bring that knowledge that you have on HR into tech, then this is the perfect career path for you. So if you're someone that you like to help people, you're people centered, you're interested in people, you like just helping people, right? HR analysis part fits you perfectly. Not just like a financial analyst, you are a data analyst, you are just niche down to the HR sector. All right. So you learn things like problem solving, Excel, Power BI, SQL, and then you now begin to learn HR analytics, performance evaluation. Okay, so if people in the company are not doing right, how do you go about it? You also learn HR mix, HR analysis, strategic for analytics. So you learn all these things, and then you can become an HR analyst. All right. Now let's go to the next one, cyber security. So I know that there will be a couple of us on this slide. Now, who exactly is cybersecurity? Analyst, what do you do? So if you're someone that you're interested in how computers are secured. You just like understanding, computers, protecting computers, then this is perfect for you. So a cybersecurity analyst is someone that protects organizations' computer systems. So you are making sure that external threats do not take over these systems. So you know how we watch movies sometimes, watch some action movies, and then you see some people just pressing their computers very fast, trying to solve a bug or something. Now, those are like cybersecurity analysts. Right? You try to make sure that even if the external threats, they do not get into the system. Okay, so you're protecting computers, you're protecting systems, you're protecting organization systems, and making sure that external cyber threats do not take advantage of that system. Now there are different parts of cybersecurity, and then like we like to say here, there is the red team and there is the blue team, and then there is the purple team. So as the red team, you are an attacker. So those penetration tests as ethical hacking, these are what you do there. You just look at the system. So there's some companies that will call you and pay you, and they will tell you, oh, we need you to come to the system, and then we need you to look at the system, and we need you to hack into the system so that we can know if the system is good to go. And then they would literally pay you money to hack them. All right. And then you give them recommendations, say, okay, this was what is wrong, this is what you need to fix, this is what you need to fix. Now, this is ethical hacking. It's not the people that try to just take advantage of the systems anyhow. No. Ethical hacking. And then you help systems, organizations understand how their systems could be hacked by external people. Right. Now these are the attackers. We now have the defender, the beauty. So these of us that watch, there are people that attack, we send them forward, and then people that defend, right? So we have the defender, and then those are the scanners. When people are trying to get access into your system, you make sure that they do not get access to the system. So you are like a walking CCTV. You are monitoring the systems so that external threats cannot have access to that system. And then there's the purple team. Now, the team is so when you mix with the red and blue together, you get purple. Now, as we're training you to be in analytics, cybersecurity analyst. So you have understanding of every single part of cybersecurity. So you learn the ethical hacking penetration testing, you learn the SOC analysis, and you also learn GRC. So you're able to also make policies and all of that. Now, what would you be learning? You will learn, the overview of security. You would learn software responsibilities, introduction to network security, malware analysis, incident reports and threat intelligence, compliance audits and policy development, governance and compliance frameworks. Learn all of these things and use them. Okay, so for those of us that are interested in how systems work, you're just intrigued by how people are able to hack, or maybe you've watched the movie and then you're like, oh, to be able to just my laptop very fast and understand all these things. Yes, you can go cybersecurity. Okay, so again, this is technical, but it's not impossible. I like to tell people this is technical, but it's not impossible. It's something that you can go into without even having any technological sort of understanding and still be able to excel perfectly. Now, into the DevOps engineering. Okay, now who is a DevOps engineer? So DevOps is, a mixture of developing ops. Now, what exactly you do as a DevOps engineer? Now, you serve as a bridge between the software developers and the operations. And you make sure that whatever is being developed, whatever software is being moved out there, you make sure that tested, it is developed deployed, and it is also maintained quickly, right? And it also iterates it from time to time. So as a DevOps engineer, you are in the middle of those that are developing and then the IT operations. And you just make sure the both of them work seamlessly. They develop that application seamlessly. And then you also scale up that application to make sure that continually as people use it, it is still in the perfect shape. So what would you be learning? You'll be learning Linux basics, Git and GitHub workflows, because you do a bit of automations, lots of automations. You learn how to build pipelines, you learn unit testing and integration, you learn building and management of Docker images, Docker Compose, infrastructure as code and monitoring. So you'll be learning all of these things. Okay, now as someone that is probably up for a challenge, you're sort of interested in something that will push you, then you can go into the DevOps part. Again, all our courses, you can get into them, whether you have technology knowledge or you don't have technological knowledge, you can get into them and excel perfectly. The next one will be product design. So if you are creative on this space, you're creative in on this, class, on this live today, you're someone that just likes to create things. You call yourself a creative. You look at things and then you are like, oh, this is beautiful. I think we should do things this way. Or when you open an app, you look at the app and you're like, this is not fine. They could have done better. You're always looking for ways to make everything aesthetically pleasing. Then this is the best career path for you. All right. So if you're interested in creativity, something that lets you be creative, something that allows you to have your inner creativity, the product design is for you. Now, what you do is you design applications. Could be web app, could be whatever it is, could be applications, mobile apps, web apps. You design them and you make sure that they are very functional enough for users. They also pleasing enough for users to see. All right. Now, what would you be learning? You would learn UX foundation and research. So you understand human-centered inclusive design principles, how to actually design things with users in mind. You also learn usability testing and AI design. You learn workflows. You learn wireframes, visual design, prototyping. All of this you learn as a product designer. If you're someone that is interested in creativity, you want something that that doesn't really tech but it's tech. This is the exact part that you would want to go into. Now, I've been able to move through all the courses that you have and what exactly you will fit into. You could just drop it in the chat. The career path that out of everything I explained, what career path do you think fits you exactly? It could be the analysis, it could be the DA, that's data analysis, it could be engineering, it could be design, it could be whatever. Right now, you just do this and then you can drop it in the chat. So I know the people that are going into business analysis, the people that are product designers, the people that are just interested in things like this. So I would still be looking at the chat. So if you think any of the things I said so far resonates with who you are and what you're looking to get into, you might just put it in the chat. Then I would see. Who knows? I might be giving you something special for actually interacting. All right. So you might just drop it in the chat and then I'm looking at the chat and looking forward to our responses. Again, we have to make this session very interactive so that we actually make the most and exactly what we are getting into and what would fit perfectly. All right. You drop your responses and I will be looking at it. Okay, so after learning, after you've chosen the path that you want to get to, and you've learned what exactly is next. Learn it now, how am I getting job? Like, to go learn this job. Now, learn the technical skills. You now need to get employability. We have a formula here that works every time. It's called technical skills plus employability skills equals to a job of. So you have gotten the path you want to get into. In that this is going into. How do you now get this job offer? The first thing is serious. Now we want to get into the job, but um, get into we want to apply for jobs and then we just use the same CV everywhere. We use the same exact copy and paste everywhere. And you're wondering, why haven't I been able to get a job? Now you need to be able to review and revamp your CV to actually match the job role that you want to apply for. All right. You want to be able to review and revamp your CV to make sure that it matches the job role that you are looking for. So I like to say that your CV is the first thing that gives you a leg into that company. So if they see your CV and they don't like your CV, you cannot get an interview or even get a job. All right. So CV review and revamp, very important. You get that here at 10Alytics. We not just CV for you. We review your CV and then we revamp your CV. All right. So make sure we teach you how to revamp your CV and review your CV. Like Abraham mentioned, he learns a lot about how to review his CV and also other things. So we teach you these things so that even when you want to apply for jobs outside what we give to you, you are able to do it on your own. Now, the next thing is LinkedIn optimization. Now, there are a lot of times that we hear a lot of people tell us, oh, I got a job, a recruiter reached out to me and I was able to get a job. Now, I'm sure a lot of us on this call would want to be like that. We want to be able to get a job without even applying for that job. Now, your LinkedIn has to be able to actually look very attractive so that hiring managers can come in, see your LinkedIn, and give you the job or want to actually hire you. All right. So here at 10Alytics, we teach you how to optimize your LinkedIn in a way that it is very, very attractive to hiring managers, to people that come across your page. All right. We also teach you how to navigate the job market. Now, a lot of us in this call will probably be job hunting for a while. We don't know exactly how to get that job or what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong. Now we teach you how to navigate the job markets. We teach you how to actually apply for these jobs. Sometimes we do one click apply. So you go on LinkedIn and then you see a job role and you see click to apply and then you click to apply and that's it. And they were wondering, oh, why have I not been able to get a job? Am I doing something wrong? Yes, you're doing something wrong. Okay, let me shake something. You need to be able to apply properly, right? And understand just how the job market is. What are they looking for from you? How can you be very valuable in the job market? Now, we teach you all these things. We also send you jobs that you can apply to. So we go on paid young job boards and we get the best of the best of the best jobs out there and we give it to you. We put them on a sheet and we give it to you. So you can actually see jobs that you can apply to. So beyond your conventional job boards that you use, you also have an extra jobs that you can apply to. All right. Now when you get interview, they schedule you for an interview and then you are very scared. You don't know how to do it. You don't know what to do. Let me quickly share something with you. So there was a time when I used to be so scared of interviews. Like I can be scheduled for an interview today and I would purposely not show up. Mind you, I'm looking for a job, but I will purposely not show up because I am so scared. I don't know what to say if I'll mess up, if I'll just speak out of point, right? Now we teach you how to actually just get ready. All right. We teach you how to actually just get prepared for the job in the market for the interview, right? We teach you how to get prepared for the interview, and then we call you, research on the job. We do all of these things, and you're able to get prepared for the interview. Now we also give out job reference letters. So if you're trying to hire you and they're saying, okay, we need a job reference letter for someone you've worked with, Tenalytics would give you a job reference letter. Now, Abraham mentioned something on the call, if you were listening at that time. He mentioned something about getting on the job support, right? So he had already even gotten the job and just needed support. Now you are able to get on the job support. So it means even after you've gotten the job and you don't sort of know exactly how to go about the projects that have been given to you, you can always reach out and get on the job support. Like I did mention when I was talking in the beginning, I mentioned something about mentorship. And what better way to learn than learn from people that have been in your space, been in that situation, and they're telling you things to do and things not to do to be able to. Now we offer weekly mentorship sessions where we bring industry experts, people that have done it, people that have been there, and they tell you what you should do. They show you what you should do. They tell you the things you should do and how you should do it. Now, for those of us on the call that we are not even interested in working for anybody, we just want to be freelancers. We want to work for multiple companies at the same time. We teach you how to optimize your Upwork, okay, so that you're able to get gigs and land roles on Upwork. Now, this is the perfect formula for you to be able to land a job. So if you want to become our next success story, you want to be the next person that will bring up to say, oh, tell us how you got this job. This is a proven formula that we at Analytics have seen people go through, and then they have been able to land that job. Okay. Now, all our programs, or this is the duration and time of our programs. So our programs are typically 6 months of learning and 2 months of internship. Now you get to put both 10Alytics and Amdari on your resume as a work experience. Okay, so for those of us that are wondering, okay, how do I bridge the experience up? I've never done anything like this. How am I able to get the experience so people can hire me? You get to put 10Alytics and Amdari as your work experience. All right. Now, for the 6 months of learning, we have a blended approach. So there's a self-paced and then there's the instructor learning. All right. So someone is unmuted.
Oh.
Christabel, I found you. All right. So just so we can continue, yes. So we have the self-paced and then the instructor-led learning. So the self-paced is you sit down, you watch your videos, you're able to just go through it. Like did tell us earlier on the call, you watch your videos, and there's someone that is always hammering you to make sure that you watch those videos. Okay, and then there is the instructor-led learning. Now, this is where you come in on the live classes, and you are able to ask instructors questions, you're able to see what is being done, you're just able to have an understanding on what you're doing. At this junction, I have to tell us to fill the attendance that my colleague is sharing at the on in the chat, rather, so that we get access to the recording of this session, and we're also able to get access to all these after the session is over. All right, so just click on the link and then fill the attendance form. Okay, now you also do 2 months of internship in Amdari. Now that gives you extra work experience. So I also have to add here that at 10Alytics, you work on projects. So it's a project based environment. So it means that whatever skill you're learning, whatever tool you're learning, you're going to have a series of projects that you would work on. And when you work on these projects, you will put it on your portfolio as projects that you've worked on. So when an hiring manager sees you, when an hiring manager sees Christabel, they can say, oh, Christabel is a fit, say, business analyst. We've seen what she has done and we want to work with her. All right. Now we have different live classes on our live classes on Saturdays are 2 out of 4 Saturdays in a month. All right. And then for 3 hours, 4 hours. So you get intensive training. Now we use the West African time zone. So morning class is at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time. All right. And then the evening session 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. West African time. So for those in Canada, US, that would be the morning class right, would be around 3 a.m. 6 a.m. your time. And then the evening class would be around 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. your time. Okay. So you get into any of these classes and then just take the class. All right. And then a beautiful thing about all our classes is they are recorded and you access them online. So even when you get off the call and you're trying to remember what your facilitator probably said or what the tutor probably said, you can always go back, rewatch it over and over and over again till you get a hang of exactly what you're working on. All right. We also have mentorship sessions that I spoke about on Thursdays, 10 p.m. West African time and 8 p.m. MST time. Right. So you get access to, the live classes, like I said, self-paced videos, and also a project-based environment. And for me, that's the perfect combo to be able to learn and land a job. Now, for all of us on this call, for those of us that are asking, how can I start today? I want to be the next success story. I want to land a job. From all of us, asking these questions on this call, I mentioned you have to get a career path. Before about career path, so picking that career path. After picking that career path, the next for you would be to join the next cohort. The next cohort that we have starts on April 11th. Right. Now, if you want to be our next success story, you have to take actionable steps, practical steps. So you have to first get into the class, take the skill, and then for you to do that, get into the April 11th cohort, which is the next cohort that we have. Now, this is this is the good news for all of us. So for all of us on this call that are thinking, okay, how can I tech? Sometimes it costs an arm and a leg to get a tech career. And I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to cost you an arm and a leg. So right now we have 50% discount. So we're running a whole 50% discount. The program was 50 before, but right now they're at a 50% discount. Means that all the programs that we're running right now are $600. Now, what this gives to you is easy and access to get into tech at a discounted price. And it also gives you access to be able to land a job at a discounted price. So when Abraham was speaking earlier, he said it's worth it because you get value for the money that you spend, right? And then for you to be able to just get into it now and take advantage of this. Now, this is a limited offer. We've been running this discounts for a while, and the discount is about to go totally off our page. So it means the price are about to revert to the original price. Now, what's getting now to avoid hearing sold out. Again, it is for a discounted price. Currently, we are about 27 on the score, if I'm not mistaken, and then the slot is just for 20 people. So it means that when we get 20 people to sign today, the prices are going back to the original price. So we don't want to sleep on it. We want to be able to get in now, take our, get our career started, get our tech started at the moment. All right. So I'm just going to teach you how to be able to take advantage of these discounts. For those of us on the call that you already have the career path we want to join, we know what we want to do, this is how you are able to take advantage of the career path. Right? So let us just go on. So the link has been shared in the chat by my colleague, right? When you click on the link, it shows you this to this instructor-led courses page. So let's just give it a quick load, and then we are able to just go through everything together. Okay, so you get this page, and then when you get to this page, you see just the different courses that we have. All right, so for those that are interested in picking data analysis or business analysis or whatever it might be, you click on it, and then you just go to enroll now. All right. So again, let's just this is what I'm talking about. You can see the list of courses that we have. So there's data analysis, there is the business analysis, there is design, financial analysis. We've spoken about a host of courses today. All right. Now you are able to get into it, right? Pick the course that you want. So if it is data analysis you want to go for, you click on it. All right. And then it opens up to this page. So it allows you to enroll. So you just click on enroll now. Right. So when you click on enroll now, it would ask you to just give us a basic details, say your name, your email, and then your number. If you are able to make payments from there. All right, so it's a very easy, straightforward way. You click on the link, you click on the course that you want to go for, what the course might be. You click on enroll now, right? It allows you, or you just sort of put in your email, your number. It's less than a minute. Do all of that, and then when you've done all of it, you are able to proceed with main. So I mentioned, this is $600. This is my screen. Able to enroll. Yes, we're clicking on enroll now. I just wanted to use that the slots remote. They are not enough. Right? There's so many. So you want to get in now. Right. So people are you want to get into it right now. Now you pick the cohort that you want to go for. Like I said the next one starts April 11th. So you pick the April one. Or you can if you say, oh no, I'm tired for April. Let me go for May. You click on May. Okay. Pick the currency that you want to use. If you are in US, you pick US dollars, UK pound, Italian dollars, Nigeria, whatever. You're able to pick your currency. But the beautiful thing for this is you don't have to make payment. You can't make installment. You can make payment in installments. So you can decide to make $200 right now and get access to join the April call. Right? For those of us on this call that we don't want to smooth, we don't want to come later and see that the price is now back to $8,050. This is $650. Okay, so you want to take advantage of it right now. Yes, you take advantage of it and get in right now. So I already see that some people are already, making. So it means the slots are already reducing. The slots are already reducing as we speak. So it means that you might come back here tomorrow saying, "Oh, you know what? Let me just leave for today. Let me come back tomorrow," and then with 1,200. Okay. Once it gets in now that we can still see it available, all you need is $200. $200 and you've started your tech career. $200 and you're about to become our next success story. Okay. So when you click on this, you would want to click on I confirm that is correct. Click on terms and you have to read terms and conditions, by the way. So you click on it, accept it, and then you are able to make payments, right? How it would work. So you want again to get in so that you don't come back and see that the prices have changed, and then you are now back to the original price. All right. Like Abraham told us before he handed the mic over, he did mention about how you just have to start, right? It may seem as though, oh, it's a lot. You might not know exactly what you're doing or how to get it done. But when you already have insights to the career path that fits you, you just want to start. Because the longer you wait, the longer you are from actually getting that career change, that move, and that increase in pay. So you want to start now, so you are able to just get in now and then start your tech career, start your journey towards transformation, towards getting the big bag, towards just making the money that you want to make. All right. Now, like I did say, the discount is for just now. 60 people already make payments. So it means right now you just have 17 months. So that you don't come back and you see that the slots are taken fully. You want to be the next thing. All right. Now we are accredited. Okay, so we're accredited by the American Council of Training. So when you are done taking a course with us, you would get certificates. Right? And our certificates are recognized. Okay. So again, if you want to get access to everything we've spoken about today, the materials, the resources, everything, you want to fill the attendance form so that you are able to get access to it. All right. So your journey starts now. Your journey to high paying tech, your journey to that career change, your journey to a remote job, your journey to that job that comes with sponsorship. Everything starts now. So you want to take the step right now. You don't want to push it till tomorrow. You don't want to hold on till tomorrow. You want to start that step right now. So like the 5 are taking advantage of it. So we have 15, just 15 more slots left. So you like I said, you want to get in now at this price instead of pushing it, and not getting. You want to get in right now. So if you fill that attendance form, you would get access to these success stories. So you can also see other people that have been able to do, people like Abraham that stuck to this the money that we gave him. We told him to do, he stuck with it and was able to come up at a success story. So when you fill the attendance form, you get access to other success stories that share, right? So again, we have 50% discount that is about to come to an end. So this is like a flash sale at this point. You can go back there and see that it is totally gone. Okay, so you want to get in now and get in at a discounted price. Imagine getting a job like Abraham said. Imagine getting in for $600, but you're earning a job that pays you $100,000. Okay, so now is the time to be able to position future. Okay, so the link has been shared. Just want to click on it and get access to this. Also want to fill the attendance form so that I can personally also be able to, just see, send you the resources, send you the documents that have been used and everything. All right. So now I've finished the whole presentation and I'm now going to take our questions. So if you have any question at all, you can, just go on and ask the questions. Okay. So I'm also just going to be checking the chat for questions that have been dropped. Okay. I'm just also going to be checking the chat for questions that were dropped whilst I was speaking. And then if you have any question, you can also just and then you can ask your question. Right. So how I say is I signed up for health tech. Is that similar to data analysis? Yes, basically. So if you sign up for the health tech data analyst, It is similar to the health tech data analyst. It's just that the projects that you're going to be working on is almost fully health tech. It's almost fully health related. And it's gonna keep working on the health related, but you learn everything that a data analyst learns. Right. So let me see if we have any other question. So some says, hi everyone, I'd like to quickly share my business and just hopefully showcases my project. Okay. All right. So he drops his portfolio for us to see. All right. Do we have any other questions? If you have any other questions at all. So if you have any questions for me, you can also go on and ask, right? So if you're still thinking if a career path will fit you, or if you know, you have any other questions about what we would offer you, or whatever the questions might be, you can unmute and ask me. So let's say this is like our personal one-on-one. So if you have any questions at all, you can go on and you can ask me. Okay. So I see that on the call I have Abayomi. So Abayomi, do you have any questions for me at all? You can unmute and you can ask me your question. You don't have to be shy. We're talking about learning jobs that can change our destinies for lives, and even that of our children. Okay, so you don't have to be shy. You can ask me questions. Busola, I see you on the call. Do you have any questions for me? You can unmute and ask me your questions. All right, Choma, Christabel, Dr. Charles, Hawa, you know, do you have any questions for me so far? JM, Ina, my number on the call, there's Patrick, there's Rose Andrada, there is Sam, there's Stella. So I see that we have a pool of us on this call. So do you have any questions at all? Right? And you might just be wondering, what path you want to take, or what exactly you want to do. If you're too shy to, you can do your questions in the chat. And so do we have any questions? There are no questions at all. No questions at all. Obina, Patrick, Sam, Christabel, Chioma. Do we have any questions? Any questions at all? So if you have any questions, you can unmute and then you can ask. All right. So if you have any questions, you can unmute.
I don't have a question. Uh, I think you guys answered everything, honestly. So that's all.
Okay.
Guess you guys are doing
Okay.
really good. So
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sam says no question from here. So Sam and Dr. Charles and everybody. Dr. Charles, you have a question?
Well, my question would be, okay, I did register 2 weeks ago now, and I asked that I be um my course or the model which I registered for be changed, but up to now I've been unable to do that, and I don't know why I'm unable to switch the course because I just used that to secure the spot, and then up to now I've been unable to have that change done. And I was supposed to be assigned a mentors coach or something, but a one-on-one section. But up to now, I've not had that encounter. That's because I was told that somebody's going to on the
Okay.
up to now. This is 2 weeks now, and I've not gotten anything.
Okay. Okay. So Dr. Charles, you know what you're going to do? Please just help me drop your email. Right. So just drop your email in the chat, and then we would reach out to you immediately after this call. Okay. Be able to just, address it. We're going to help this week, right? And then we're also going to just make sure you get your one-on-one. All right. So just help me drop your email in the chat. Opener says, I'm sorry, I'm at work. I can't speak at the moment. All right, so Opener, if you want to just text out your question, but if you all just still want to speak on it, say probably a call as well. Right. So just let me know what you would want us to do. And also fill out the attendance form so that I know um how best to reach out to you after the session. All right. Sam, there's no questions for me. So Sam, I am assuming that you are already part of the people that made payment or that I'm going to make payment today. Right. So you want to make payment and get right now. Okay. Payments are getting right now so that you get in at a discounted price. All right. So to everybody on the call, do we have any other questions at all? Do you have any other questions? Okay, Dr. Send me an email and we are going to work on it shortly.
Hello?
Okay. Hi, Patrick.
Hello, can I ask? Yes. Will you be providing textbooks or books like for references, or you have your own material?
Okay, so we have our materials and you access to all those materials. Okay, so you will get access to the materials that you need. Okay,
All right, thank you.
all right. So, Patrick, are you going to you getting into a course at all? What course do you have in mind to get into?
I've already paid my sports, and I'm just
Okay,
still thinking about it.
all
Yeah,
right, all right.
is,
That's
is it 11th of April? I'm supposed to start. I don't.
okay. So that makes sense. I'm going to be seeing you in the data analysis classes in April.
Yeah, I've
So
already
I'll
paid
be
for my
seeing
sports, but I'm still thinking about it.
about
Pardon? Because of the work I'm doing, I'm very busy. I don't know whether I'll commit to it, but I'll see how it goes.
all right. So I'm sure that you might be very busy, but you will still be able to capture and you will still be able to do everything. All right. So yes, you'll be able to capture that is, you know
Okay.
overstretch. Okay. Be able
All right.
to
Thank you.
get in and all right. Right. So do you have any other person that has any other questions? Any question at all? So at this junction, I just also have to mention that we have an intake that we are running for people that have been able to make payments. So for the people that make payments already on this call, there's an added advantage. Okay, so we get to the line advantage. All right. So what you do is you get access to the founders circle. Means you're getting access to people, company that will give you a precise roadmap for you. They will tell you how you should do this, what it's done, and job in tech. Okay, so for those that make payments on this call and say 10 hours after the school, you get access to this, access to speak to our founders, speak with our CEO, especially okay, also get access to a lifetime support. Okay, so if you have issues, whatever, you have a lifetime support. And also get mentorship session. So while everybody's waiting here, get mentorship sessions, professionals, you'll be getting access to them immediately. All right. So for those of you in the course of our payments, even when we are going to be getting access. What we want for you as I entered you turn on this for the rest of the this discount. And we do not have any other question, all right? Yeah, seeing that we don't have any other question, this would be the end of the session today. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for joining. It was fun. And then I really hope that we've all learned one or two of things that we can use in our career path. All right, so this come and stop worrying. You just have to start right now. All right, so thank you so much. Have a lovely, lovely evening, online or day. Okay, all right.